Now, I don't always do Project Boro episodes for early cup games, but that performance, that needs to be talked about. What is up, guys? Welcome to an unexpected episode of Project Boro. I'm going to be brutally honest. I was not going to discuss this game because it's a League Cup game. It's the first round and it was Leeds away. But Middlesbrough Football Club have potentially tonight put in arguably one of our most complete and impressive, not only away performances, but entire performances, League Cup, home away, I think we've had in years. This was truly outstanding from top to bottom. We were absolutely fantastic, going up against the standout favourites for the championship by a country mile in the backyard, a place where they only lost twice last season. I think they went all the way up until April without defeat, and we went there 3-0, battered them second half, and come away with another clean sheet. And if you include pre-season friendlies, since Boro come back home and that very first friendly against Bolton, Boro have kept 6 clean sheets from 7 games. And this was a second string Boro side, and I feel bad saying that because each and every one of them was outstanding. I cannot compliment this performance. It is one of the best Boro performances I've seen in years. Going forward, going backwards, how well structured we were out of possession, how quickly, how fluently and how deadly we were on the transition, winning the ball back, getting up the pitch, creating opportunities and finishing them. And it could have been 4 or 5. It was mesmerising, sensational from Boro. And first half, Leeds come out like a house on fire, as you'd expect them to, and the perfect thing for Boro was to weather the storm early on, and they had one big chance, which may have felt it might have been Firpo, but it was well saved by Sol Bryn, making his competitive debut for Boro here. And after that, it was a case of Boro being out of possession for the most part, but defending exceptionally well, and being an unbelievable threat going the other way. And despite not having as much possession, we provided Leeds with so many problems going the other way. Nothing much to report first half wise. We restricted Leeds to pretty much next to nothing. We tested them a little bit, but then the second half happened, and I tell you what, Boro were unbelievably impressive in that second half. We know we come out and we were more on the front foot. We were fantastic on the ball, brilliant defensively, and as I said, we're just deadly. Absolutely deadly going forward. We were just tearing through Leeds time and time again, creating opportunities time and time again. The composure on the ball, the passing, the movement, it was incredible. Absolutely incredible. And of all the goal scorers to get Boro off the mark, I did not expect it to be Anthony Dijksteel, a player who a lot of Boro fans, including myself, assume will be one of the very, very few outgoings this summer, and maybe without Tommy Smith's injury would have been gone already. And he's a player that has been wrote off already. He's a player who has been deemed not good enough for the standard that Boro are at now, and maybe he was the right player a few years ago. But I tell you what, Anthony Dijksteel, I applaud you. I applaud you, because tonight you put in one of, if not your best performances in a Boro shirt, arguably when you needed it most. He was outstanding defensively, defending down our right-hand side, and then he goes and turns into Lionel fucking Messi, crossed with Cafu, and maybe a bit of Roberto Carlos in there, I don't even know. He picks the ball up on the right, and he drives, and he cuts inside, and he keeps going, and he keeps going, and then he side-foots it with his weaker foot perfectly into the corner, and it's his first Boro goal in 5 years of being at the club. A just outstanding moment for Anthony Dijksteel, and nothing less than what Boro deserved at the start of that second half. We were absolutely brilliant, took complete control and were just a constant threat. 10 minutes later, we doubled our lead once again from back to front. Brilliant here. Aidan Morris, who I will definitely talk about, nicks the ball as he does so well in midfield. Plays in Josh Coburn, another player whose future has been very, very up in the air with, of course, I will say, the links to Tommy Conway tonight. We also got confirmation that Boro have had a fee accepted for Tommy Conway. What a Wednesday evening this was. But I tell you what, another player who arguably, might have had an inkling that he's out the door, Josh Coburn, turns and plays a perfect ball through to Delano Bergzorg. It's an outstanding counter-attack from Boro. Bang, 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 in behind. Bergzorg cuts in onto his right foot. Rodon completely sold. And then he finishes beautifully into the left corner to double Boro's lead. And just when you thought we were in dreamland, we go and make it 3. And again, it's fantastic football. Winning the ball once again from Leeds and countering extremely quickly. You had great work between Jones and Gilbert. The reverse ball inside by Gilbert was beautiful. Jones cuts in, shots deflected, Coburn's there, typical centre forward, anticipates where the ball could be, and he taps home to make it 3-0 Boro. And we could have had more. Josh Coburn was played in behind by Jones. Brilliant to outstrength a defender like Rodon. He put a great shot just across goal. Bergzorg had another chance in the first half a bit earlier to make it. I think it might have been 1-0 or even 2-0 at the time. Boro could have had more. We were absolutely amazing. Leeds had, I think they only had 2 shots on target, and they were both the first few minutes when Bryn made the save, and then later on, and they did have a shot whipped in from the the right-hand side, that hit the post, and the rebound was headed wide by Rutter. I think it was off Pirro's shot. But other than that, Boro's defence was unbelievable, and I kind of want to go through every single player individually, if I'm honest. I could just say they were all amazing, because they all were, but every single one of them was brilliant. Sol Bryn, protected by a brilliant back four, but when called upon, made a fantastic save in the first half that could have completely changed the game. The back four, as they were against Swansea, outstanding. Engel, Matt Clark, by the way, good grief, headed, blocked, everything in the right place at the right time. An outstanding defensive display. Howson sadly went off with an hamstring injury that doesn't sound too serious, but Leeds icon and legend Luke Ayling come on in his place. Got a good reception from the Leeds fans, I will admit. He was brilliant when he come on. And then Dijksteel, who was almost out the door, put in probably his best performance in a Boro shirt. It was one of the best right-back performances I've seen from a right-back at Boro for years. It's completely opened our eyes to we actually have a player here. We still have a player here. And I hope he can kick on from this. I really, really do if he does stay. The midfield too were brilliant. Barlasser and Aidan Morris, man. Oh my word. What a signing he has been. I mean, he has taken to the English game so quickly. And away at Ellen Road, hostile atmosphere, going up against top-class players. And he was outstanding. He covered every blade of grass. Brilliant interceptions, fantastic on the ball, barely misplaced a pass. He's exactly what we've needed in midfield, and he helped Barlasser have the ability to go forward and express himself and have the space to play the ball, which, as we know, Barlasser needs time, but he was brilliant tonight. And then the attacking 3, awesome. Isaiah Jones causing problem after problem down the right-hand side. Should have had a goal himself, but played a big part. A few of Boro's goals tonight, and has had a great start to the season. Gilbert come in. Again, another second, string player to us, as you could say. He was brilliant. He barely put a foot wrong. Fantastic in possession tonight. Helped set up the 3rd goal really well. Bergzorg was a threat on the left, doing what he does, giving us something different. Brilliant on the counter-attack, took his goal brilliantly. And then Josh Coburn, a player who, as I say, linked with Millwall, might be out the door if Tommy Conway comes in, which sounds like it's happening now. Medical tomorrow for him. Josh Coburn put in a perfect number 9 performance. Linked up, played really well, scored a brilliant goal, could have had more, was a menace for their defenders. And, and this, as I say, a lot of Boro's best players weren't on the pitch here. No Dieng, no Rav. Ayling wasn't at right back. We didn't have Hayden Hackney. We didn't have Azaz. We didn't have McGree. We didn't have Lath. And yet we went to Leeds here and we played them off the park. It was one of the most exciting, complete performances from a Boro team I've ever seen for a long time. And the stats back it up once again, not having the possession, 58% Leeds to our 42. And we restricted a Leeds side that is just full of potential attacking talent at Ellen Road to an XG of 0.77. As I say, 12 shots, only 2 on target. Boro had an XG of 2.10. 17 shots we had. Add that to the 18 at the weekend. That's 35 shots in 2 games, 7 on target here, 4 big chances. Again, unbelievably potent and clinical going forward. And we've been rewarded with a home tie finally, after being away from home for the entirety of our cup run last season, barring the semi-final, of course. We're at home to Stoke in the next round, which, might be tough. Stoke turn into Barcelona when they come to Riverside normally, but if we can build on this performance in the league, then I am getting a little excited. I'm going to be honest, I'm trying to, just lower my expectations a bit, because this is Middlesbrough Football Club and we all know what happens when you get a bit excited. They find a way of bumping you down, but as a start to the season, you compare it to last year, it's night and day. And as I say, 6 clean sheets in 7. We're looking great going forward. We've got 2 players in every position. The new signings have come in and made an instant impact. And defensively, we look so much better than we have done. And Tommy Conway's coming in. I mean, what? And this, not only that, the very podcast that I am so proud to be a part of, the Boro Breakdown, we even got a shout out on Sky Sports News tonight.
Every now and then.
I was listening to the Boro Breakdown and they were saying, yeah, rotate, but it's Leeds. We've got to beat them.
Yeah,
I mean, what more could you want in a Wednesday? Unbelievable. But I'm going to stop I'm going to stop being like a melt and just gawking over Boro. A brilliant performance, but we must capitalise on this in the next league game on Saturday against Derby. And if you want to know my thoughts ahead of that game, I have done a Project Boro preview show discussing Derby in detail, looking at their side, looking at how Boro might play, their threats, their weaknesses, our head-to-head record, and much more. So if you want to see more from me ahead of the Derby game, jump onto the YouTube channel or the podcast provider of your choice and check out my Project Boro preview of the Derby game at the weekend. But let me know your thoughts in this performance in the comments below. Utterly brilliant from Boro. We are looking fantastic right now, and I am getting a little bit too excited. So hit a like on the video if you've enjoyed. Subscribe for much more. I no doubt we'll be back soon to hopefully announce the signing of Tommy Conway and give my thoughts on that deal, which is brilliant. And hopefully we keep on doing what we're doing, and that's winning, and winning well. And we're through at the next round and we beat Leeds. What a great evening this has been. And until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. See you all in the next one. Up the Boro.